Well, this morning we want to welcome our next guests. We've got Katie and Johnson. Good morning, guys. It's good to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Matt, you've been here before, but Katie, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Katie is the director of our daycare at tfree Church, tfree Kids Center. And daycare opened, about 9 years ago. Really came out of a need in our community to see childcare. At that point, there wasn't a lot of childcare facilities. Some of the ones in the area had just shut down, and so Pastor Tim had actually noticed it. Pastor Tim's our lead pastor. I'm our associate pastor, and he had noticed his daughter's just struggling to find childcare in the area. And someone he talked to someone in our church who actually started to make this thing happen. So that was a pretty cool thing.
But that happens a lot out at your church, doesn't it?
It does. You get an idea.
Here's a need or here's an idea. And then somebody's stepping up and doing it.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. It's cool to see folks, just get a little bit of inspiration and run with it.
Yeah. Well, Katie, how did you get involved?
So I interviewed when the daycare opened. One of the ladies actually from tfree had mentioned to me that there was openings there. I was at a different daycare at the time. And so,
working, not
as a child,
right,
no,
okay,
working, yes. And she told me about positions opening, so I interviewed and was hired in the first wave of people that came in.
How exciting was that? They kind of come in and help build a program.
It was really fascinating. It's something that new, and I'm glad I was able to experience. It was really interesting.
So how have things changed over the years?
It has changed a lot. When we first opened, I think we had 3 rooms. We're now to 4 rooms.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a need.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's definitely a need. When we first started, we were the only ones that were providing childcare for 6 weeks, clear up through first day of kindergarten. We're the only place that was offering it. Now there's one other place that does that, but we're still, getting our feet wet with working on how to better ourselves and what services we provide. Was
that a decision you guys made to say, you know what, maybe we need to start at the 6-week mark? Or were parents saying to you, boy, have you ever thought about offering, younger?
I'm not sure because I wasn't a part of those conversations at the very beginning, but they saw the need, and like I said, there was no other place at that time offering.
Because that's a big challenge, I think, for folks who are working, just had a baby. What do you do, after the 12 weeks off or however many weeks you get now? And that's a struggle. That's a very serious conversation to have with somebody. Say, okay, what do we do? Is it worth just staying home? Do I quit my job? Is there a place I can, watch our baby? That's a big responsibility, and you guys do that.
Yeah, we had one lady, she was in the middle of her college classes, bettering herself.
Yeah.
And she needed a place to put her child, so she came to us. It was...
Wow. How strange has this year been? What are some of the challenges you've experienced this year?
Oh, my goodness. It's things changing, every week, sometimes every day.
Yeah.
Different, regulations and stuff like that. We closed down at the very beginning back in March, February, March. We closed all because the governor said everybody needs to close down, so we did. We applied for a waiver, and we're able to open up for essential frontline workers.
Oh, that's great.
So we did that for a while, and then we finally were able to reopen. I think it was March 11th. We were back into the swing of things.
All right, excellent. Matt, for you guys, you have to be very proud of this program that you guys offer.
Yeah, so it's something that we consider to be a ministry of our church. And, so obviously there's the aspect of connecting with children and, offering a good curriculum and good educational resources and those kinds of things. But also just like the story Katie told about the mother who needed childcare so she could go to Pitt, and that was about her future, So our ministry in the daycare was investing in her future, and not just the child and not just the mother, but this family that was going to move forward and to see a better life in Titusville. That's a pretty great thing.
Yeah, it takes a village, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you think about that. Go back to March, and the essential workers are going back, and we need them, but there's people behind the scenes helping them out so that they can do what they need to do.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things. So, Katie, talk about the center and talk about what else you guys can provide for the community and how somebody can call and be a part of this.
Yeah, sure. So we, like I said, we offer, there's 4 classrooms we have, 6 weeks to 1. That's our infant room. Our young toddler room is 1-year-olds. We have older toddlers, which are 2-year-olds, and preschool, which is 3 and 4, or first day of kindergarten, depending on where their birthdays fall.
Okay.
We provide childcare. The best thing is like watching the kids learn a skill and helping them to the next level and the next step. It's so cute watching the kids take their first steps, or learning to talk, or finally being able to use spoons and forks, and stuff like that. And
I hope to be there one day.
Oh, good. You come, we'll give you some lessons.
Great, thank you.
And we also do once a week, we're starting back up again, doing chapel, where it's, just giving them the basics of Jesus loves you and you are loved, being able to provide a community for these kids to grow up in. With all the COVID stuff and going on, it's hard for adults to handle. It's really hard for little guys to handle and process.
Have you seen that stress? It might not be like wearing a T-shirt announcing it, but have you recognized the signs in even kids that young to say, boy, life is stressful right now for them, or it's different?
Yeah, you see, for our preschoolers, at least you can kind of talk them through it. What are you feeling? What's making you upset? And sometimes they don't know. They're just crying, Wow. But being able to no, you don't hit Jill with a block, being able to talk them, what's a better thing to do, and giving them those skills to be able to handle their emotions. So, yeah.
And I would imagine, too, for the kids that it's a little piece of normalcy right now, being in a setting like that and not stuck at home or, being taken to different places. This is something that can be consistent, and they're going to be encouraged and nurtured and taken care of.
It is so important to have some form of a routine or
Yes.
regularness in the kids' lives. That really is important for them.
You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, and listening to it on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Matt, I'm sure the other side of that is you're seeing that with folks coming into the church. Those who are still coming or maybe watching virtually, you can talk a little bit about that. But I'm sure you're having conversations with people where life is stressful right now. And how do they handle that? This is new for everybody.
Yeah, so, one of the conversations we have a lot is that, everyone's agitated about something right now. There's no shortage of things to be stressed about. There's no shortage of things to be frustrated with. And you might have an opinion about this or opinion about that, but everyone's frustrated. So how you navigate those waters and how church and Jesus play a role in that's pretty essential. We believe that you can look at a situation that exists like the pandemic and the political waters we're in today, and you can find opportunities to love other people and serve other people. And that helps you not to be so inwardly focused, So that's kind of the way we've been trying to help people and point people, because it's so easy just to get in that spiral of muck that exists in the world. And it's a challenging place, so COVID's a thing, but you can avert your eyes in a different direction.
Well, it's funny because it is, everybody goes back to how it's affecting, me, instead of stopping and saying, oh, wait a second, what can I do to help others? And actually, when you start thinking that way, I think your attitude changes.
Yeah.
Because you go, okay, it's getting over that part of it for yourself, and you're going, how can I, help somebody else? It gives you a different perspective.
Yeah. Like one of the first things we tried to do was, and did do for a long time, was, can we go to the grocery store for you? Can we just go if you need to be in or you're an at-risk person? Can we go to Walmart for you with a list? And we had lots of people who are willing to go to the store and lots of people who are willing to foot the bill for those groceries too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was really great, especially when at the beginning when people were losing work and unemployment wasn't showing up in a timely fashion and there was a lot of uncertainty. Other people came in and really helped folks out and bailed people out, and it just changes your whole mindset and how you view that time.
What are you guys doing to make the adjustments to kind of fit into today's world right now? Hopefully we get back here sometime soon, but what are you guys doing now?
Yeah, so everyone's an expert on Zoom these days. So, a lot of our small group ministries have met via Zoom, and then we're live streaming on Sunday mornings, and even some of our other ministries, such as our youth ministries, live streaming, and then doing different video chat options for small groups. So we're trying to do everything so that the person who is at home feels like they're part of the experience and doesn't, so we started live streaming a while back and we didn't do it very well. But the way we look at it is almost as people were eavesdropping on the service. Like there's a little security camera in the back and they could see it, but they weren't really a part of things. And so making our live stream a viable option where they actually feel like they're engaged and talking to people in the comments, as the service goes on, that's one of the ways we've been trying to bridge that gap and make connections.
Katie, for you, you're the director, tfree Kids Center. What sort of things are you working on now, and what are some of the plans for this year?
Good question.
Once in a while, I have one.
Oh, we're really working on, like I said, going through supporting the kids and their emotions and what's ahead. We're really looking forward to when we can finally get rid of not having to wear masks. Trying to keep a mask on a 2-year-old's hard, but we do it because state tells us to, And we just got new curriculum, Learn Every Day, which is really cool, and I think that's going to help us better the experience for the kids.
One of the great things is, so this is the second year I think that our daycare was approved by a program called Keystone Stars to be a Stars 4 daycare, which is the highest level. And for last year, I'm not sure where it's at this year, but last year we were the only Star 4's facility in the community.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So it takes some work to achieve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few hours, right?
Oh, yes. It was one of those things we've been working really hard on to become a Stars 4, and we were able to achieve it last year. So, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, but Matt, that kind of goes to things that you guys do, and hopefully every church, hopefully every organization is thinking, just because there's a pandemic doesn't mean you step back from excellence. Try to achieve that and be the best you can be.
Yeah. So, there's always this, there's this conversation in us. We want, so we want to do everything we do excellently. We want to do live streaming excellently. We want to do daycare excellently. We want to do children's ministry excellently. And, it was a few years ago that Pastor Tim talked to our church. We can strive to be the best church in the community. That sounds really great. We're the best church in the community. But we really want to be the best church for the community. We want to be the best church we want to be the church our community needs. And the church that can meet our community at the unique moments we're in right now.
How much of that concept needs to be played out the other 6 days of the week, not just showing up on Sunday? Is that a challenge, or are you finding people are rising to that and being the best person that they can be and spreading that message throughout the week?
Yeah, I think it's challenging. And
by the way, every church struggles with that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, striking this balance of we're real people who make real messes, and but we also love Jesus and are loved by Jesus and want to love others. That can be hard, and it's hard to just be honest about that sometimes. Hey, you know what? I messed up, and I'm going to make it right. But I don't want that to eliminate this word for you that I love you and Jesus loves you, and I'm here for you.
Matt, I'm pretty sure you and I mess up a lot because I think we have wives that probably let us know when we do. So I won't throw you under the bus or anything, but I'll. Katie, is there room for people to call and schedule an appointment or figure out how they can have their kids taken care of?
Yeah, we actually have openings. We're accepting enrollment right now. You can call us at 827-3932. And one of the girls, myself or one of the other girls, will be able to walk you through that kind of stuff. We're also on Facebook at the tfree Kids Center. Or you can email. That would be tfreekids@gmail.com. We can get a hold of us, and we'll be able to point you in the right direction, how to get an enrollment packet and stuff like that.
Very nice. What's the turnaround time if somebody's interested in doing that?
We can get you in as quick as like next week. Like we
Oh,
try
wow.
to, yeah,
Okay.
we try to be
you
quick.
can fill out the
Yeah.
paperwork.
Yeah, good.
You can get the paperwork in. We can get you in.
That's excellent. Matt, for you, service times, streaming times, what's going on?
Yep. So we have 2 services on Sunday morning. One is at 9 o'clock. One's at 11. The 9 a.m. service is mostly designed for people who are at risk. So it's a mask required service. It's not live streamed. It's a little more streamlined. It's a quicker experience. Then 11 a.m. We open the doors and anyone's welcome to come. We ask for masks, but we're not turning anyone away, and we live stream that service.
Okay.
Yep.
So there you go. You stop in, watch. Somebody wants to get more information about daycare services that you guys provide. Katie, they can call you and
Yep, that's
get
the
some
best
answers.
way. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
glad
you.
to.
Best of luck. Matt, what'd you learn today?
What did I learn today? Wow. So I can tell you what I learned yesterday.
Sure.
Wasps can still sting you in the winter.
Jeez. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Katie, how about you? What'd you learn today, or do you want to pass?
I better
How
pass.
how to take care of a sting in the wintertime. It's same as the summer, right?
Right.
Okay.
With lots of crying and moaning.
Wow. Thanks, guys.
Yep.